You mentioned he was a physicist who became an anthropologist?
Yes.
Now, that's an interesting jump. That that is not one I would have thought of.
And the interesting thing, too, is my mother is also, she stayed a physicist, but she's always had just a tremendous interest in anthropology. And, I don't know exactly how he made that jump, but he did, and, got very interested in kinship systems, and they did their field research in Guatemala. And I think it was, again, his sort of tendency to be able to see both the details and the big system altogether. And, probably that ability to go from physics to anthropology is the same kind of ability as the ability to go to craniosacral therapy and, thinking about chaos theory. And also, as I say, my mother was also very, very interested in anthropology, and she considers one of the best papers that she ever wrote to be related on climate change and the development of culture, and which is something that she just wrote a few years ago. So
it's actually really interesting.
so sort of that orientation towards looking at cultures and looking at people in cultures and how they think, certainly was passed down, I think, from both of them.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's, listening to about it, you can definitely see as an outsider where you get your kind of, it's very obvious to me now. I'm like, okay, because you seem to have a family legacy of perhaps taking things that don't necessarily go together and finding really interesting ways of melding them, but having that really diverse background, and growing up in such a diverse collection of ideas.
And I do think it helps, at least in my perspective, I mean, again, who knows, but having that ability to combine diverse ideas together, it does apply in body work as well, because, something may be happening over here in one part of the body, and something may be happening over here in another part of the body, and what is the connection between the two of them? And, I can literally feel a connection, and I feel it in the same way as I feel a scientific, when you know that there's something that's scientifically there, you get that little sort of, okay, there's something here, what's here? That intuitive kick, which people don't tend to talk about in the scientific method as much, but is really a very important part of how people actually think about things. And it's a similar idea of what's happening here, what is the connection between them, where's that primal connection where you can hold the space where both of these things can exist together, and what happens when they exist together in a person? What does that do for somebody?